You can have your drink.
I was like, man, I don't want to be like.
Everybody's like always like so tense. They're like waiting for me to say it because I do say, let me do the intro," and then people just kind of sit there, which is a little awkward.
Yeah.
But what's up, guys, and welcome to the Isn't It Crazy podcast. If you're listening to this on Spotify or anywhere else you get this podcast from, just know I do have a video version of the show on YouTube. Just go on there, search up the Isn't It Crazy podcast, and while you're there, you guys can like, comment, and subscribe, and see any of the graphics or any of my guests that I bring on. And speaking about guests, we had to run it back because Kevin fucked up the last podcast and we were in a rush. So I want to be a man of my word and say like, okay, Reuben, come back in and we'll do it again. So it's Reuben, beezaye, Murillo. Or do you like it in the middle? Beezaye?
Yeah, it's just because a lot of my friends, like, they just literally, they don't even call me Reuben.
Mm-hmm.
They just like, oh, they call me beezaye.
They call you beezaye?
Yeah.
You wrote that shit on your gloves at work.
Yeah.
I was like, because usually you write Reuben, because at work they steal like the burning gloves that we have. So I looked over at your gloves and they said beezaye. I'm like, this faggot.
Yeah, I just, I don't know.
I mean, we make fun of you, but I'm happy that you started streaming again. Or at all, to be honest. Not again.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. I mean, people can see my actual on-live reactions of how I play.
Oh, because they can hear you, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't rage as much because I know I have a audience,
Mhm.
but it feels good because then when I hit clips, I was like, oh, who saw that? Who saw that? Which was last night. I was like, damn, who saw that?
That's crazy that I didn't know that when you stream from your PlayStation 4 that they could hear you talk. I thought they would just see the fucking gameplay.
There's options on there. You gotta like change them, and then you can put where you can hear your friends in your party, and you can hear yourself too. And so I changed all that so they could hear me.
So do you have to ask your friends like, "Hey, I'm gonna stream"?
I usually tell them, "Oh, I'm gonna stream. Do you want to be in my game?" And people are gonna see you. You're gonna hear you probably too. So
shit.
That's what I was like telling her. I was like, "Hey,
you gotta chill."
Like, oh, I mean, I don't give a shit. Like, there's no limits. I'm like, look, they've heard me rage on.
Well, YouTube has limits. You can't be saying like the N word.
Well, yeah, of course, yeah, and that's what I was telling her. Like, don't say dumb shit like that.
Because I love saying like it's jokes. It's jokes.
Yeah.
You with the guys, we say the dumbest, disgusting shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine, but just don't overdo it. Like where we can't like
get kicked out.
Yeah, because we're trying to make it like at least we have an audience, people can at least watch it comfortably.
And it's live, so there's no like I can say the dumbest shit. I could say like
can't cut anything
out. And it'll just be I could beep it out or cut it out. Like live, people are gonna hear that shit.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I gotta. I mean, I think it does help when I stream because I don't rage like I do when I fucking go and shit like that.
So once the camera's on you, do you think you're different? Like, do you play different at all?
Yeah, I mean, I get more concentrated. But then there's times where I do die like dumb because I'm trying to look at the chat and I'm like, fuck, I just died because I'm trying to look at the chat.
I feel like you're gonna dive deep into this fucking streaming world.
No,
you're gonna have like the monitor, the vertical monitor that shows the fucking messages and everything.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Nah, yeah.
I love those setups when you look at somebody's desk and it just has like 2 monitors and you could tell this person like carefully picked everything that's on the desk.
Yeah, I mean, I watch streamers all the time. I mean, they live stream. I'm like, how do they play and read comments and stuff? I was like,
yeah,
man,
like shout out to this guy, shout out to this guy.
Oh, thank you for the donations. I'm like, dude, that's kind of hard to play. And the way he plays, he's just like plays really good and be able to read comments. And I don't know, it's just.
So how long do you stream for?
What's
What's the longest you streamed for now? Streamed for?
Like 5 hours.
Damn. Just sat
so
there.
Yesterday it wasn't long. I mean, yesterday I streamed for almost 10 hours in the morning, and then I streamed at nighttime another 5 and 5.
Were you nervous that people were gonna like watch you play?
I mean, not really. I was more nervous of what the way I was gonna react when I died. Because I was like, fuck, man. I get mad too easily, so I'm like,
you were gonna just lose your shit.
Yeah, but I didn't because I'm like, first of all, my teammates weren't bad, like my squad at least. So I'm like, I'm not gonna be that bad, but I guess that since I saw that like there's people watching, I was like, I can't be acting like a complete douchebag and be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you asshole," or whatever it is.
Well, what kind of streamer are you? Like, do you explain what you're doing? Because I find like a lot of
Well,
streamers don't.
it depends who's watching. Because I mean, if you're like a new, I guess new person, whatever you want to call it, to Battlefield or whatever game
Mhm.
I'm playing, I don't really explain because then it's kind of like you gotta get first of all know the basics in the game.
Yeah.
But like since there was a couple of my friends who do play Battlefield, they're like, dude, how come they always ask me like, how do you get so many kills in a game?
Yeah.
And I try to like explain it. Like yesterday I was explaining to one of my friends, like there was a bunch of dead bodies in front of me and they all had to get revived. And I'm like, and then I was explaining to her while I was like playing, I was like, see all those dead bodies? Don't revive anybody because then you're gonna be the next dead body. So
Oh,
just fucking ram past them and try to find another way out because then you're gonna die too.
yeah.
And I was like,
You know what's hilarious? You're a medic.
yeah,
So for the people that don't know what we're talking about, it's Battlefield,
yeah,
and you could choose between assault, medic, support, and
scout,
sniper,
yeah,
right?
scout,
Yeah.
sniper, yeah,
So they all have like different like abilities, I guess you could say.
yeah,
Medics revive obviously faster.
yeah.
Support gives you ammo. Scouts, what, ping out people?
Yeah, basically they shoot the flares. You can see where the enemies are actually at on your mini map.
Okay, so they're like the bloodhound, like the
Yeah, and
the
they help.
scanner guys.
And people tagging you from far away. Those guys should be taking those guys out. The other snipers.
Mhm.
So that's
And
what
then assault does
they try to take
demolition.
out. They try to take out all those tanks, all those artillery type shit.
All right, so they're all good at one thing.
They
So
all they all have a meaning to the
so
game.
when you choose medic,
Medic
you're
is like
supposed to pick up people.
yeah, but once there's too many people drop, you can't
Okay.
because then you're gonna be the next one, and then you're gonna try to find another medic who's not gonna pick you up. See what I'm
Damn.
saying?
Yeah, I get
Like
you.
that's why I kind of like I learned it from this video I watched. I was like, because there's LMGs, they fucking have 200 bullet clips, and they're just like they don't fucking stop.
What
When you
the
run through that doorway, everything's gonna get mowed down by
Well,
that
who
thing.
uses those? The medics?
That's support.
That support?
Yeah.
200 clips?
200.
Support? What are you talking about, dude? I use the machine gun and it literally has a 30 bullet clip,
Well, you like the MMGs,
which
like
is dog shit.
the MG42s, the
Mhm.
MG42, I don't know all the
They have
names. 'cause I don't-
200 clips?
Yeah, I don't use them because I hate you gotta lay on the floor, and I hate how much I hate laying on the ground to play.
Yeah, I always thought that in Battlefield you needed to like move around and shit like that.
Yeah, you gotta play smart. It's not like I'm not throwing any shade at Call of Duty because I know a lot of players fucking like rush and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
I do too, but on Call of Duty and Battlefield, but you gotta like play more smart because it's like more realistic. There's fucking planes flying in the air. There's tanks. You get spotted.
Jesus. Yeah,
It's-
that's what I liked about Battlefield. It was like war. It was actual.
Yeah,
It's not just a
legitimate.
game like you kill the other team. It's like tanks, fucking planes,
Yeah,
got in boats, you know?
yeah,
All that
boats.
shit, yeah.
Yeah.
And like turrets and stuff like that. And it's like a free for all, which means like you could do whatever you want.
Yeah, that's why I like it because it's so much different, and it's like you can see the real competition there. Because in other games, I mean, I guess there's competition everywhere, but in this game, there's like different obstacles into competition. You gotta be good at this. You gotta watch your surroundings all the time. It's not like
Yeah.
oh, you ran to a room, you're good, because there could be something there, like there'd be whatever an AP mine on the ground or something, which I fucking hate.
That's fucking hilarious. I mean, once I posted the previous video, a lot of like gaming pages have like the pictures and stuff that you've like
Oh,
that
yeah.
you're in, and because I like put like hashtag gaming podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
So when you came back in, like I had a couple questions that I want to ask you, like what got you started in games? Because usually when you come in, we just talk about video games. So
Yeah.
like
What got me started? With
yeah,
video
like
games?
in video games.
Well, like it all started with like like we said, GoldenEye and Fighting Force 64.
Mhm.
Started with those, but then eventually I remember I started playing like GTA. Like I remember my dad bought us GTA 4,
Yeah.
and I liked it. And I was like so obsessed. I would fight with my brothers, see who to play next, because we had one PlayStation 2, and then like kept leading on to that. And then my dad for one Christmas bought us World at War, Call of Duty World at
Oh
War,
shit, yeah.
and then
That was for PS2, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and then I like another Christmas bought a PS3, and then it just kept leading to Call of Duty, and that's how I started falling in love with it. I was like, man, I fucking love video games. I was like, I love playing Call of Duty. I like killing people like
Mhm.
online and stuff, and that's what got me into it really. And I was like, I like the competitiveness because I'm like, who's like, this person's real. You just kill a real person. It's not like, not literally, but I'm saying
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's another person in another house playing the same game you are, and you just kill him. And
Like, yeah, it's competitive. It's
that's why I like me. I'm like I like the competitiveness. That's why I'm like I got so into it.
so just one video game led to the next one and the
Yeah,
next one, and now you got like a $2,000 PC coming in,
yeah,
and you're streaming. That's insane. That's
yeah.
the path. I mean, there's this stigma to video games. You know, like there's people think I've heard, like I said in the last podcast, people think that video games are for like kids. And like
Oh, they're
if you
not.
play long enough, you just become some loser or something like that.
Yeah, and I remember when I was younger. I remember like people used to tell me like if you're like when you get older, you shouldn't be playing video games.
Hmm.
And now that I'm older, not older, but I got a little bit older, I'm just like, that's not true at
Well,
all.
you're grown up. Like you got
Yeah.
grown up shit you got to do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no, but I'm like, it's not true at all though. Like video games are being made for literally adults now, basically. Because it
Yeah.
takes so much mind thinking to do. Like you can't just like have some like 10-year-old think he's gonna be able to do all this. I
So,
mean, there are games that are for them, but
yeah.
there's games for adults too. So
Yeah.
it's
Like
not like
Fortnite and
I
shit.
think throughout time it just changed. They changed it because maybe because of that thought process, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be smart for a video game to target people with money,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
kids.
Because look at I mean, when did you ever hear about streaming back then? That like
Never.
you have to waste fucking 5 grand to have a nice little setup.
Dude. Yeah. Well, I mean, with technology, what happens is it develops to become cheaper and
Yeah,
more accessible to people. But when shit starts, like imagine the first streamer. There wasn't these machines built for, there wasn't these microphones and platforms. Like Twitch was just started a couple years back, you know, like
yeah.
so. And then what was that one that Ninja turned to? It was like the Microsoft one,
Mixer or
Mixer, yeah.
Mixer.
And then he quit, and now he wants to go back to Twitch or whatever.
Yeah, because Twitch is super popular.
Yeah, I mean, it took over the
Like
fucking game.
nobody knew what Mixer was until Ninja, but Ninja was like kind of like I guess he kind of fell off a little bit. Like he used to be
Yeah,
super popular when he was on Twitch.
yeah. And then he went there. It's just different platforms, I guess.
Just yeah, he was trying to get sponsored and trying to help them
Shit,
out.
dude. If somebody told me I'm giving you $20 million to come play at this place instead of Twitch,
Yeah,
I'd be like, fine, catch my next video on Mixer.
yeah. I'll tell everybody. Yep, catch me here. I'm not gonna no longer be on Twitch.
Yeah, fuck that. I would sell out too. Like, I never understood why people got mad at Ninja for going to Mixer. That was like a big controversy that people were like, why would he like leave Twitch and stuff like that? But shit, money talks. And
Yeah, that's
like,
literally what it is. People
yeah,
gotta know that. I mean, I know the fans might not like it because of whatever reason they have a Twitch account or
yeah,
whatever.
they don't want to make another account. Yeah.
But that's better for the streamer. If you really do like him, then you would and support him, then you would help him out too.
Well, I mean, some of my favorites would be Ninja, just because there was like controversy and he kept it interesting. It wasn't
Yeah,
always about the game. Nick Merckx,
yeah. Nick
um,
Merckx.
beezaye TV. That guy's fucking killing. That guy's killing it right now, and it's stuff like that. But I like Nick Merckx because he like told you what he was doing. He wasn't just playing the game. He'd be
Yeah,
like, "Oh," and I get that that's like a personality thing. Like if he wants to explain, because I'm sure, like you said, you watch other streamers and
yeah,
they might not be telling you what they're doing, but you can watch them see what they're doing. Like when they watch you, they could see you throw the smoke and then rush through and kill whoever's on the other side of that smoke. And
yeah,
that's a good tactic because I've seen that happen in Apex and in Battlefield. You use it more than anybody else.
yeah.
Like that's the first thing you do. You start throwing smoke
Yeah,
bomb.
and like a lot of my friends tell me, like, dude, how come you're always throwing smoke? I was like, I don't know if you realize why I don't. I mean, I die in the game, but I don't die as much. That smoke helps out a lot. Like,
Yeah.
what I do is like I have a tactic. I should probably call this something, but I don't even know what. Because I literally, I mean, I do it all the time. I run out, kill 1, 2, maybe 3 enemies, run back in the smoke, run back out, and try to see if I find more. And I just keep doing it.
Like a
Like,
tagline. Like you
yeah,
should be like,
I'm just
yeah,
running like in a circle, basically. I'm like running in a circle, but in the same circle.
yeah, that's pretty good. And I remember that you sent me a video. I don't know if you have it on your because we could actually put it in the middle, so when people are watching it on YouTube, they could see
Mm,
the actual
okay.
gameplay. So if you have any videos, send them to me, and I'll put it into the video. But
Yeah, I have a couple.
you could see your videos. Everybody's shooting this way, and you're literally like parallel to them, or
Yeah,
contradicting
because
them.
that
So you're
smoke
like,
throws them off, and like you obviously have a team. They're all shooting from a direction over here. So like what I do, I come in from the other direction so they don't expect it.
mhm.
That's why when I like kill them, people are like, dude, those guys are computers or something. They're not even shooting at you. I'm like,
They're
It's-
just confused or
they're
focused on
confused. They're
something else.
focused on the whole team. They're all over there.
Yeah,
And I do a little flank and I go on the side and there comes me killing all of
that's
them.
fucking hilarious.
And that's like my tactic, the way I do it.
I mean, even now, like you were showing me comments that they were posting under your streams, and they're just talking shit the whole time. Like,
Yeah, they call me a hacker. I've got called hacker like at least 7-8 times already.
honestly, if they call you a hacker and that's your real gameplay,
Yeah, it is. I'm
Then-
not a hacker.
yeah, I don't want to say you're not, because then it comes out that you were hacking, and everybody's like, "Look at you had a hacker in your
Yeah.
show the whole time." So if you're hacking, you gotta let us know, man.
Nah, if I was a hacker, I would have told you guys. I'm like, yo, dude, you know what? This is why I drop so many kills. I fucking have an aimbot. That's what they would tell me. Oh, you have
that's,
aimbot.
that's the guy. Yeah, he said you have aimbot.
Yeah, because the one gun that I have like super like accurate, I have an accurate shot with is like, it's called a ZK 383. It's a meta class. It's like the best meta class, I think.
Yeah,
It's good for somewhat long. They're all meta classes are like kind of crappy
Mhm.
for long range, but it's like my go-to gun. It's super good.
Not the A type. A.
Type 2A?
Type
Nah,
2A,
that
no.
gun's ridiculous. It's just way too overpowered. It's just
I hate-
literally anything close by you to destroy anything in front of you.
It's weird how people get mad at you if you kill them with it. Like they're like, "Oh, you couldn't kill me without that gun." It's like, well, the game made it an option, pussy. If it's there and you choose it and you get a bunch of kills, like maybe you
Yeah.
should choose it too.
Yeah, like me when I die to somebody to it, I mean, I get mad. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I was like, because if I'm like, no, but the reason why I get mad though, I'm like, dude, want to see me use it? And I had a clip when I was with Heather. I'm like, I got killed by like 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
And then I pulled it out and I killed all 8 of those. Like I killed 8 people.
Oh,
and
it's
then
a Type 2A.
yeah, and then 4 of those guys that were using it, I killed all 8 of them. And I was like,
What about that gun makes it better than any gun in Battlefield 5?
what was that?
Like what about the Type 2A makes it better than any other gun in Battlefield 5?
I mean, it just shoots fast. It has a really fire rate, so it just sprays.
It's like,
It-
like
It's just
faster.
like it's the fastest gun in the game. Like it shoots super fast.
yeah.
So you could literally like, there's 10 people right there. You spray, you'll kill at least 70% of them. So
What's the cons of the gun though? Like what's
accuracy
wrong?
is terrible.
So you can't
long
control it?
distance, you're fucked.
holy shit?
Yeah, it's super bad.
What about clip? How much?
It's a 50 clip. So, but the clip wastes like in literally like 2 seconds.
Because there's a fire rate.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But it's a good gun, but
And-
that's why I don't use it, because I know it's super overpowered. I could drop like 100 kills a game if I use it.
So why not use the best shit?
Because then people would start messing me. Oh, why don't you use a real
fuck 'em.
gun?
Fuck
But
the
then
people.
I've done it way too many times. I'm like, dude, okay, I want to have a challenge. I like challenges. That's
yeah.
why.
Okay, so you're just gonna use a pistol next time? See how many kills you get like that?
No, that's way too tough. Pistols are, the reload time on those things are terrible. I use
Yeah.
different guns. I just started using like, one of my squad members, our clan members, Paranoid Queen. She started like showing me different guns. Oh, have you used the EMP? And I was like, I've never used it. And I used it the first game I played. I went 48-3,
Yeah.
which is really good. So
Well, you play it all the time, so I'm guessing like you
Yeah.
do other stuff to make it interesting. Like
yeah, I guess I gotta just get a gist to it, and I just start using that gun, and I'll be like, okay, let me try this gun out first. In the game, I'd play like TDM or something,
Yeah.
and then I would hop into a game of Breakthrough, and that's how I get used to it, and that's how I get good with the guns. But
just
that
by
ZK,
doing it.
yeah, but that ZK gun, man, that's like, oof, that's my favorite gun.
Top tier.
And it's not a 50 clip, it's a 30 clip.
Yeah. See, the one I used was the something.
FG42.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And it's the machine gun, so it's got a 30 clip. And I found myself trying to reload every time I had to kill somebody.
yeah.
Probably because I don't hit all my shots, but
Yeah, but that gun, if you hit your shots like perfectly
Yeah.
good, 3 or 4 shots are dead.
well, sorry, I'm not a fucking streamer. No, no way. It takes longer than that.
Well, I mean, it's just time and like
Man, I haven't played Battlefield in like a month.
I know. I was gonna say, man, when are you gonna play with me so you could be in my stream?
Yeah, let me know. I'm down. Every time I've had a couple people like Bonce's brother.
Yeah,
He has a live
Omar.
stream. Yeah, he does it on Apex. And one time we hopped on. That's why I asked you. Do you ask people if they want to be on your thing?
Yeah,
Because he
yeah,
tells you at the beginning. He's like, "Hey, I'm streaming, so just be aware of that." I'm
yeah,
like, I never cared. Like, all right, like I do this, so I'm kind of used to being in front of the mic and having people like listen
yeah,
to what I'm saying. But I don't know, for some reason when he told me, I got tense. Like I was like, ah, shit, because there's like a little bit of ego every time you play, because
yeah,
you want to
yeah,
show people that you're good,
yeah.
and then like we just kept getting clapped, and I was just like,
Uh,
fuck, man. And 100% of it was the fact that I was aware that something was getting recorded, and I got nervous, and I
yeah.
just
I
couldn't
mean,
do it.
that's how it is. But like for me, at least, I think when you're the one actually recording your gameplay, you try to like make yourself twice as better than you really are, and that's how it was.
Mhm.
I had shitty games. Like I think everybody does.
Yeah.
And but like once you hit that clip that you want, where oh look, I just murked these guys,
Uh huh.
you build that confidence. You're like, oh hell yeah, and then you start, and it just keeps going, and that's how you feel better by yourself.
So, are you gonna go on Twitch and other platforms too, or just YouTube?
I mean, right now, as of right now, just YouTube. But
Because there's a platform that streams to all three at the same time.
oh, it's
So
yeah.
it's like YouTube, Twitch, and whatever other um platform to like live stream on.
I mean, the I might keep trying to stream on YouTube, and
Just
depending
get
on how
used
it
to the
goes
things.
from there, yeah, because I mean, I'm still new to this.
I'm just happy you tried.
And
That's
then
the biggest step for people. Is like you said, you didn't know if it was gonna be hard, or you thought it was gonna be harder than it was.
yeah,
And that's the hardest step for people to take, is that first step, and just be like, fuck, I'm gonna try it.
yeah.
And once you see the reality of it, you're like, oh
Yeah, because it's fun too, and not
yeah.
just disregard the competitiveness part, and then the all the stress and emotion you have, but
The
it's fun
stress.
too though,
Yeah.
because you're playing and people are like messaging you like on live chat,
Yeah.
and you're responding with your just talking to them. You're
Mhm.
like, um, you respond back to them, and they just send another thing, and they're like another chat, and they're like, oh, and you're responding back to them like it feels good.
Yeah.
It feels
And
good.
dude, if you get enough people, you can make some money off of it.
Yeah,
Like you're eventually gonna get paid for something you do anyway.
something you like.
Yeah, like it's not like work. And that's the weird part about like things you do that you care about. Like I told you, if you like something, you'll do it more. And the more
Yeah,
you do it, the better you get.
yeah,
Eventually you get good enough. And if you have a broad enough audience, you get paid for it.
yeah,
And then
exactly.
it's just like another income, like a source of income that you could have.
Yeah, a little side, kind of like a side
Yeah.
job
And
type
imagine
thing.
telling people like I get paid to play video games. Like that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Like that'd be pretty cool. I would wish I would have something like that.
I I'm gonna tell you, like, it's gonna take, I wouldn't say a very long time, but a lot of effort.
Yeah,
You know,
dedication too.
yeah. Like you have to do it like consistently, because that's the only way you're gonna get better at it. Like you're gonna learn more about how to stream better, but it's not always gonna be perfect at the beginning. Even with this podcast, like people will text me and be like, "Hey, like, how do you start a podcast?" Like, I want to do it too.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Speaking about podcasts, yeah, like my cousin, he was telling me he was gonna make one too,
Yeah.
or
And
he's gonna start one or something
the
like
thing I
that.
would tell him is like, it's not going to be perfect at the beginning, and still not perfect now. There's a lot that you need to
Yeah,
learn,
there's so many.
like ins and outs,
Yeah,
and
ins
yeah.
and outs. Yeah, of
And
course.
one of the things I tell like people that want to start a podcast is like, you don't need to spend a lot of money, but you will need to spend some money.
Yeah,
And the thing is, it's not easy. Like people think I come here, sit down, talk to you, then it's
yeah.
all pre-recorded. So then I just put it on YouTube. It's not like that
You
at
know
all.
what? I was one of those people. I literally thought, oh, it seems so basic and whatever. Like
Yeah.
not basic, but like it's just it seems easy
Mhm.
to me. And now you told me all these things. I was asking about this, the
Yeah.
mics, the headset, the whatever those things are called. I was like asking all about these things, and you tell me all this. Holy crap! Never mind.
Yeah.
This is not just
Yeah.
some like it's nothing that big. It's just like, and then you told me all this. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty much a lot of shit.
And learning all of it is harder than just assembling it all, because you don't know what anything means at the beginning.
Yeah,
But
you're like You're probably like wondering, what the hell is this? What is that?
But like the first step I needed to take was just starting it. You know, fuck it. Like I know you have to understand that the beginning is gonna be shit,
Yeah.
and that's where you learn the most lessons. Like, oh, like I was listening back to like every podcast I've had. Somebody always, hey, I'm doing the podcast.
I'm sorry. I know.
Yeah, and it keeps ringing on my computer.
Oh, okay, bye.
Bye. That was my girlfriend. We could edit that out. No, what was I saying? That's usually where you learn the most out of your mistakes. You could ask people and not have to make the mistakes that people make, but you're gonna make some mistakes. So
Yeah.
when you stream, I could see you going down that rabbit hole and like getting
Yeah.
all this stuff, and eventually, I mean, you're good enough to fucking play the game. So if you're
Yeah.
showing people that,
Yeah, like I know I have the gameplay to play it. I
Mhm.
just gotta learn all the other streaming part of the.
it keeps you
that.
busy and it's fun.
Yeah.
Like you'll be sometimes like I'll be on social media all the time and you get sick of it. You're like, "Ah, fucking, you know what? You wait for a room to come out.
Yeah.
You're on Facebook and then you're on Facebook again and you're just like, Jesus Christ, like I need to read a book or something. And when you start doing this thing, you're not on social media anymore. You're reading articles on how to make the voice better and how to like what can you buy to help you get things like done faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what makes me feel good too? Like when I uploaded a video, like probably 2-3 weeks ago, the comments. When I read the comments, it's also like that make me feel good. I was like,
Oh,
people
because they're
telling me,
saying, yeah.
how do you do this? Or what is your ADS, with your aiming down sight like sensitivity? And I'm like, when I respond back to them, I'm like, damn, these guys probably like think like, oh, how come he's so like, how
Good.
does how
Yeah.
come he's good? How does he do, like, they ask all these questions and it makes me feel good. I'm like, and I try to help them out. I'm like, I don't keep my own, how do I explain
Like
it? My own-
secrets.
yeah, I don't keep my own secrets to myself.
Yeah.
I want other people to be good too.
Yeah.
So I tell them, yeah, I do this and this, and just, I mean, first of all, play a lot. That's what I tell everybody. So you
Mhm.
gotta play a shit ton.
Yeah. That's
You're
usually
not-
what not every streamer says, but like a lot of the guys who are trying to teach you the game.
Yeah,
They're like, you're only gonna get good if you do this over and
yeah.
over
I mean, that's one thing, but I tell everybody else, like, I try to show them like little bits and pieces about strategy,
Mhm.
because it's not just gonna be like, yeah, playing a lot, you're gonna learn right away, because you gotta learn to play with people and then have strategy. Like, oh, like I said, that one strategy I said where you see a bunch of dead bodies, there's a doorway right there.
Yeah.
You're not gonna want to run that way either. You're gonna want to
Go
hop
around.
on
Yeah.
back and go find another route, because you're gonna die too.
That's crazy that like most people hop onto a game and they're just playing for fun.
Yeah,
And then there's you who
Yeah.
hops on with a strategy.
yeah,
And now somebody who just thinks it's fun to shoot other people has to fight you who's flanking them from the side and getting
and
clapped
they have
every
no idea
yeah.
what's going on. It's just that, like, I have a plan. Like, I was like, because I remember when I used to be like,
Just playing
Like-
it
like-
for play.
yeah, I guess I'll be like one of those bots that would get destroyed. And now I'm one
That's
of those,
me.
and I grew to be one of those bots, to be a more upper level type player.
Yeah. And I mean, you meet people, you have like,
But I think that's the best part, when you meet people and then they have the same mindset as you.
yeah, I mean, I never understood why like video games were so negatively seen when you get older. Like you're meeting people, you're making relationships here, you're learning how to work as a team. You're also creating stuff like you mentioned Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah,
You know, if you play in the open world, you could do anything you want. You could take a hooker into your car and throw her into the ocean and she drowns.
exactly.
Or you could like make ramps that like can throw like a motorcycle all the way to the top of the buildings or some shit like that. Like
Yeah,
it's like an open ranged kind of thing. And that's the best part about video games. Like there's all these
yeah.
good benefits that you get out of playing.
One thing for sure that helps you from staying out of trouble,
Yeah, it
because you're
keeps you
just
busy.
you're
Yeah.
just chilling at home playing video games. You're not going out drinking. You're not wasting money.
Yeah.
You're not doing any of those things. You're
Yeah,
just
if
home.
anything, it gets to a point where you're making money out of it.
Yeah,
Well, if you go the streamer way, I think that's the
Yeah.
only possible way you could make money off video games.
yeah,
Unless you're developing the motherfuckers. Which
yeah. Exactly.
sounds pretty cool. Have you seen the new Call of Duty on PS5? with the real engine or whatever?
No, I haven't.
Fucking dude, it looks like a movie. Like there's people,
I mean, I
like
just
real life people.
I just like, you know how YouTube has 1080p and all that,
Yeah.
720p. I just started watching videos at fucking like 1440p. What's above that? I don't know what it is.
4K.
Yeah, and I started watching. I'm like, holy crap! This looks like
You need a really good camera to do that. Though.
that looks so real. Yeah, and capture cards. Like that's the one thing. Capture cards.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if a lot of people don't know this, but when you record video games, it's called capture cards. And the brand that I use is called Elgato.
Yeah.
And I ordered it, but it's still not in my house, sadly.
How much was that? That
Um,
sounds expensive. Anytime you say PC, it already sounds fucking expensive.
well, I mean, it's just, I mean, I got the, what was it? I don't even know. It was like $200, but there's one that's like 400
Mm-hmm.
that records four. It's called Elgato 4K Pro
Capture card.
Plus or something.
Yeah, they always have this weird like professional name to it.
Yeah, and those are how you get those like quality videos on YouTube when you watch them, like video games.
Yeah.
It's because they use that.
The capture cards. That's crazy.
And it's that brand Elgato. They have like a lot of
Elgato? Is it like Elgato?
Elgato.
Oh, but they say
Elgato, basically.
Yeah, come on. You're Mexican. You could say
El gatito.
La Mosca. Shout out to La Mosca. Wherever you are, we miss you. You know who you are.
La mosquita.
The piece of shit. No, you and my dad, because you work with my dad. You're partners with him at work. And all you guys do is talk shit about us.
It's a fucking blast because it makes the day go by faster for us, at least.
It's crazy that like when you come over to the house, like, you know, when you go over to somebody's house and you're like, you see their parents and you're like, oh, hi, or whatever.
Hello.
Yeah, it's always like but you have like a relationship with my dad. Like you work with him. Like you spend most of your time with him.
Yeah, every time I say what's up to him, it's so funny because I'm so accustomed to him. I'm like, I don't say, hey, ¿cómo está? Or hola, ¿cómo estás? I'm like, hey.
Yeah, because he yells at everybody.
He does it to everybody. I'm like, they got so like I stuck to my head. I'm like, it doesn't feel right being like, oh, how are you? Oh, hey.
Yeah, I always tell him, I'm like, the day you pass away, I will never get that scream out of my head.
I know,
like,
me too.
You know, like it's always gonna be there for some reason.
Yeah, it's like
that laugh.
Yeah, oh yeah, that. Yeah, it's a good feeling though. Like it's a cool thing though. Like at least like he's like a really positive person, at least at work.
Oh yeah,
from what I know.
Yeah,
of.
I mean, when you've gone through what he's gone through.
Oh yeah, he's told me a lot. He's told me a lot of things. That's why when I've talked to him about my own issues, he's just like, yeah, trust me, I've been there, done that. And I mean, you just got you. And he's like, you can get out of it. And I was like, yeah,
yeah. Dude, if people met him now, you'd be like, what a great guy.
Yeah, exactly.
But you didn't back then when he had his issues. You know, like you wouldn't have said that. But like that taught him that who he was before and who he is now, like completely changed his life, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's good though. At least I'm like, for me, at least for what he has told me, I'm like happy for him that he changes. He flipped it around basically, literally.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't like a bad dad. He was always a good, you know, he had his issues that we understood, but like he never was mean to us. You know?
I mean, that part, no, but like the issues he had on his own personal life.
that fucked with like where we lived, and you know, like we grew up struggling to like make ends meet because of that, like because he had a drinking problem. So now, like I'm telling you, like it changed his whole life because now he doesn't have to worry. Like he can provide for his family and stuff like that. So it's like, I don't know. He changed completely. Like if you met him before, he's still funny. Like he's funny, but at the same time, that addiction always went through. Like he's like, oh, I gotta go drink. Yeah,
like,
I
remember he would tell me about that. I was just like,
yeah. He would be gone for like a week sometimes. And we didn't see him.
Yeah, he would tell me that he would be going to work late. I mean, not late, but drunk.
Yeah, he'd get fired from jobs too. And it was always like, we had to like struggle because my mom was the only one working.
Yeah, he didn't have a job.
Yeah, so he was like, he wasn't always at home, but the times he was always like hungover or not there. So now that he's not drinking or anything, he tries to be like an active part of our lives. Like on the weekends, he'll be like, let's go eat.
You could literally see it in his, like the way he is. Yeah. He's a good person.
Yeah, he's the best. He's the best dad ever.
Hell yeah. And I think that's why I think you, Heather, and me are probably really good friends. But I think we all went through like some type of same shit where we grew up. Well, I mean, I hate saying the word poor, but we didn't have much
Yeah.
because we didn't.
Yeah, your brother actually, he told me, he's like, that's why you guys never went on a plane, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's just like, yeah, dude, like, we just couldn't, as kids,
We
you
didn't
know,
have
they
money.
we weren't hopping on American Airlines and going to Disney World or anything like that. I was
Yeah.
like, I mean, I feel like when you're first generation immigrants, it's gonna be a struggle every fucking time.
Yeah, because you gotta like, you're basically like you
Yeah.
are like the new come up. You're like the one that started everything.
Yeah,
Or
dude.
like,
I was telling my girlfriend, and it's not a brag because I do feel bad that like I don't know if I feel bad or guilty that position I'm in, but I'm the richest person in our family, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the crazy part
And
because
it's like
yeah.
I feel sometimes I feel bad because it's like I get that my uncles are in Guatemala working an hour for like working a whole day for like $30 or like
Yeah, it's
less.
sad.
So it's just like fuck, man, like
Yeah,
it's a struggle.
yeah, it is. There's a struggle. I mean, there's struggles everywhere, but like we know our own struggles, and like we try to like we try to make ourselves better for it. We try to make it better. So we
Mhm.
want it to be like, oh, I don't want to be like I was when I was a kid. Oh, I want to make my kids have a better life when I have kids or whatever.
Well, the craziest thing is like we were afforded the opportunity to become who we wanted to be.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
like
true.
our parents can't they never had the time to like hop on PlayStation 2 and play, you know? Maybe your
Yeah,
dad wanted to stream, but he had to worry about putting food on the table, you know?
yeah,
So it's like we can do that because we've had all the free time in the world, pretty much.
yeah. And the saddest thing about my dad, how he was 19, I think, or whatever had happened. He was 18 when he was in school.
Mhm.
My mom got pregnant with my brother Eddie.
Oh, okay.
He had a scholarship for some college.
Oh,
And my
shit.
grandpa, old school as he is from Mexico,
He's like, you got to take care of the
you
kid.
got to take care of the kid. You got to work. Fuck that scholarship.
Yeah.
And that was like his downfall, right? Not his downfall, but like basically that scholarship just went to
He's
trash.
just looking at this podcast like, you piece of shit.
He's just like that freaking thing. Just that scholarship just went to the garbage, basically.
Yeah. But look at what happened. Like he chose your brother to take care
Of
of.
course.
And now you guys, like, if you look at your brothers, they look like great dads.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
they're really
like-
good dads. Yeah.
Like I know Raymond like goes in early to get more hours at work. And you could tell it's all to provide for like his daughter.
yeah, it's for
his
to
wife.
have. It's for. I mean, he has his own apartment and stuff and
Yeah.
car, nice
Mhm.
car now. It's all for that for his kid.
Yeah. And I think like that started from your dad, like saying like, look, I love you guys and I'm willing to work for you guys. And then you move on to give that to your kids too.
Yeah, that's a good thing. It's a good feeling for them at least.
Yeah. I mean, like the best thing I got from my dad was like, he's not my real dad.
Yeah,
He's my stepdad.
yeah,
But I don't think of him as my stepdad because we made that relationship where
he's been there.
he's always been there. And like, he just became my dad, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like that example that you put translates to your kids and their kids.
Yeah.
So when I went into a relationship with someone who had a kid previous, it wasn't that hard because I had already experienced what that kid is experiencing now. So like I could treat her that way. Like I could be like, you could come to me if you need me, but I'm not gonna like force myself into your life.
yeah, yeah,
And you know, like I'll just be there for you, you know, if you ever needed it.
yeah,
And it makes her comfortable and trusting enough to be like, oh, let's play, or oh, like, can you help me
Yeah.
with this? And it's like, I wouldn't have known that if it wasn't for my stepdad.
yeah. And it's like a really humble feeling. I think, like it's really if it makes you feel like good.
Yeah, I mean, oh, for me or my stepdad?
Oh, for both.
Yeah,
I mean, like it makes you feel good. Like, oh, maybe, but just to let her know, like you're there.
yeah,
But if you need anything, like you're there. And
yeah. Because that's what, as a kid, that's what I wanted. You know, like,
yeah, of course.
like you always wondered like why my dad wasn't here,
Yeah,
and then here comes this guy, and he's the father figure, and he goes, "Hey, like, I'm gonna be here for you if you need me."
yeah,
And that's all I ever needed. I didn't care. I didn't want money or
Yeah.
toys or anything like that. I just needed somebody to be there for me. And he was. And look at a relationship now. Like some would say it's better with my relationship with my stepdad is better than with my mom.
I mean,
Like I feel closer to him than my actual biological mom.
I mean, it just depends on the relationship. I mean, if you build a really good relationship with somebody, it could change you and that person or any other feeling you have with somebody else like dramatically. Like you
Yeah.
just like, damn, this person. Like I love this person. I love talking to him. I love being with him. I like he's literally like my best friend, basically.
Yeah,
So.
I could consider him that. Like for us, it's sports.
Yeah.
Every time I talk to him, it's like the first thing we were like, "Oh, look, Tom Brady's in the Super Bowl," and I was gonna wear my Tom Brady shirt, and I fucking forgot. Now that I'm like, this looks stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
but you don't watch sports that much, do you?
not really.
Boxing, you like
Oh,
fighting and stuff.
Yeah. Mike Tyson. I mean, I always rewatch his fights like 100 times.
Yeah, he was a fucking monster.
Yeah, just because I like, and that's why I build off like that's like this is another reason why like I'm super competitive. I watched Mike Tyson, favorite boxer, Eminem, like my favorite rapper. They're so competitive in their own like little part of their like Eminem in the music world and Mike Tyson in the boxing world.
Well, I mean, the difference between Mike Tyson and Eminem was that Mike Tyson was the number one in boxing for a long time.
Yeah.
And MMA, Eminem, I can't even say his name. Eminem, there you go. He was always third. You know, you got MGK and Nick Cannon in front of him. So it's like, you can't compete against these guys, you know? Nick Cannon's going back to Wildin' Out and MGK's fucking Megan Fox. What's Eminem doing, you know? Not shit.
It's only like, dropping album of the year type shit.
So Marshall, what's your favorite Eminem album?
Eminem Show.
Oh, the one with the
Superman, Clean Out My Closet, Without Me.
Back when, yeah.
Oh my god, I love those songs.
Dude, one of my favorite ones is Stan. Just because
that's from the Masher Mothers LP.
That's like a crazy
storyline,
yeah.
And then once like you hear that, like the car run off the bridge, that like gives me goosebumps every single time.
To me, it was always like that twist at the end.
Yeah,
like he's writing back to him.
He's like, kind of think about it. It was you, and then he's just like,
you're like, what the fuck? Like, to think of something like that.
Like he saw it in the news and all that, but he was literally writing to the guy that literally committed a fucking crime and suicide because of him.
Yeah. And I think that was true, wasn't it?
It was a true story.
Yeah, like he had like some crazy fan.
Yeah.
But imagine being Eminem and all the accolades and like just album after album.
Man, that'd be like, first of all, it'd be tough to walk in the streets because you're so obviously famous. I mean, that's for anybody, but.
What was your first Eminem song that you heard?
Superman.
Like, I could be your Superman. Or
yeah,
whatever. Yeah,
Superman. It was like, beat down holes in a single bar.
you know.
Yeah, I know like the whole song.
That's crazy.
That's the first.
You have like an obsession with that. You're a stan. You're a stan.
I am a stan.
You are a stan.
My uncle, his name's Senaido. He fucking introduced me to Eminem. He had the album, the Eminem Show. Puts the CD in. First song he puts is Superman. And I was like, who is this guy? He's rap. I was like, he sings fast. Yeah. I don't know, what rapping was at the time. He's like, he sings fast.
Oh, so he didn't say rap?
Nah, I didn't say rap. I was like, he sings fast. And then he's like, he was like, the one thing my uncle tells me, he's a white guy from Detroit. And I was like, oh, okay.
It's B Rabbit.
It's B Rabbit.
It's B Rabbit.
And that's the first time I heard.
Dude, the first time I heard was 8 Mile.
Oh, really?
I was like, who's this fucking guy? And then.
Yeah, Superman, and then the next one was like Clean Out My Closet, Lose Yourself, all those.
Damn.
Like I never heard the Slim Shady LP, which has got like some my favorite song on there is called Role Model, which is not a role model song.
Clearly.
It's not a role model song, it's a fucked up song.
That's great. I mean, but most of his songs at the beginning were really fucked up.
They're all fucked up.
Like what he's like, hi kids.
My name is literally his hit. His what brought him out there. Everybody knew who he was.
What did he say? He said, "Hi kids, do you like
violence? You want to see me stick 6-inch nails to reach in for one of my eyelids?"
Yeah, like it was just always like,
I'm gonna try sit and see how fucked up my life is or some shit like that.
Like to me, it was always like, I can't listen to this around my parents. I'm gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised my parents never said anything about my uncle showed him to me because he's probably one of the worst Nah, I'm not saying worse. He's probably one of the worst rappers to hear, like, to talk about anything, because he talks about some really fucked up shit.
Yeah,
Talks
but that
about
was.
killing his mom, killing his wife, and shit like that.
I think the best rappers were always talking about their life.
Yeah, they're really good storytelling.
Like that's what translated them to like connect with other people, because you're not the only one that's going through this whole my mom's crazy, I live in a trailer park, I'm from
Yeah.
Detroit, I'm a white rapper kind of guy, you know, like there's a bunch of like white kids and black kids that were like in the hood and they could relate. They're like, yeah, me too, man. Like I'm
Yeah.
poor, my mom's got issues, like let's go do something. Like
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like the way, like, his storytelling. That's what like got me so into him.
yeah, he's good. He's good. He's a good
his,
fucking rapper.
and of course, his rhyme scheme, like his rhyming is like literally.
What's the one where he broke that record? It's like someone and then he just starts going off. He's like, you know,
Rap God.
rap god. There you go. Yeah,
And there's another one that beat that one though. This is from his new album. It's called Godzilla, featuring Juice World.
that's crazy.
He's like, I fit him with the lemon. I can't even do it.
No, I know a couple people that can do it,
It's tough.
but they don't do it like him. Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, imagine he's already 48 years old.
damn,
Being
he's
able to
old.
rap that fast.
Have you heard of that conspiracy theory?
I've
That
heard, yeah.
Eminem died. He like overdosed, and they
Yeah.
just put like a double because it doesn't even look like him. He doesn't act like him.
Yeah, it's because he's been sober for what, over 10 years now.
Yeah, they say like he's bionic. Like that's not even the real
The,
Eminem.
the real Slim Shady.
Yeah, like will the real Slim Shady?
Because
like,
you know
please
it's
stand
crazy
up?
if you ever watch his interviews. Like, I watch all his shit.
Yeah,
He talks about him back then, like when he was like that album, the Eminem Show, Encore, the Slim Shady LP, all those albums. He was telling like half the time he recorded, he doesn't remember like recording any of that.
damn.
He was like
he was
so off.
fucked up.
Yeah, he was always fucked up. Like,
What was he on though?
There was pills, really. It was like ups, like uppers and downers. I don't know what they're all called, but
Yeah,
basically like Xanax,
white
uh,
people drugs.
white people drugs.
Yeah, never like crack or.
No, he never did crack.
Cocaine
He
or
did cocaine.
something.
He did cocaine.
Oh, okay.
Talks about it in a couple of his songs. But just pills mostly. And then he would like, I forgot, it was like, it started with an A, but I forgot the name of it. But he almost overdosed one time, but luckily he has like security guards and stuff, and they helped him out.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I feel like Eminem started this like sad boy, like rap. What do you call it? Category, I guess you could say. You got rappers like what's his name, Logic and NF, who you can clearly like be like, oh look, these guys stemmed from Eminem.
They're inspired by him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, you
NF.
could hear it from the lyrics. Yeah, NF, definitely.
NF, yeah, like he became one of my favorite rappers right away. Just because he
Yeah.
was like, I don't like I cannot connect to all that depression and shit like that.
Yeah.
But you could tell, like,
See, I could, but I mean, regardless of that, though, like the way he sings and his stories, like that's what I liked about him.
that's crazy.
Yeah, he has like, and like even his like not depressing songs, like they're really good though.
Like yeah.
Like my favorite song from him is called "The Search." That's
yeah,
a fucking
that
I
one.
like the orchestra area, like. Dun,
You know,
dun,
I'm
dun.
terrible. You're really good at with like music. You can name the song.
Yeah,
I cannot name any of his songs. But I
Yeah.
know, like, if you showed me one, I'd be like, oh, this one's this. And I could tell you what he's going to say. But I just never check the name on it.
Yeah,
So if I
because-
hear a good song, I better save it or I'm never going to hear it again.
yeah, that's why I save it, because I'm like, I hate like losing like track of a song that I'm like, damn, I like this song.
Dude, there's one song that haunts me. Like, it's this guy and he's going to like home back to Oregon or whatever. And he's in this truck. That's a really good song. And I would listen because every morning when I was like in middle school, I'd wake up on Saturdays and I would watch VH1's Top 21.
Oh,
I would just sit
remember
there.
that, I
Yeah,
remember
like at
that.
8 in the morning, just sitting there listening to like all these songs. And there was one song that I loved. And now when I'm older, I'm like, oh shit, I remember that song, but I can't remember the name or how it went. And I'm like, wow, like I lost that song forever.
I mean, that's happened to me like shit ton of times. Like I was like, oh, what was this song called? I remember when I was younger, like I was in like well, not younger. I mean, I was younger. I was like in middle school. I remember this one song. I still don't even know the name of it.
Yeah.
But I remember listening to it when I was in middle school.
Yeah. There's songs that if you listen to, you'd be like, that's a good
You
song.
can hear the beat in your head, but you can't get the wording out.
Yeah,
I hate
yeah.
that. That's the worst part.
yeah.
Because then you know how you like people tell you, oh, what's the name of the song? Oh, how does it go?
And then you're like
It's just-
humming it.
You're like,
yeah.
humming,
So other than Eminem, who would you say is your favorite rappers? Like if you had to rate them.
I mean, all these, I don't know if they're rappers, but they're like super like, they're like underground, I guess. I like this guy named Marco Luca. He's like my favorite.
I've
singer.
never heard of these guys.
Like if you listen to them, it's like vibe music, but they kind of rap.
Yeah.
They're like rap. They're like it's like chill rap, I guess you can call it.
Oh.
I like
J. Cole?
they
like
they have a good voice. They like they do like the chorus and then they start rapping a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
So like Drake?
Kinda.
Yeah.
But these guys are like they're not super popular like Eminem, Drake.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you said underground, so I feel like there's a lot of rappers underground that no one. Logic was one for the longest
Yeah, I
time.
remember him. I used to listen to him in high school. Nobody knew who he was.
Yeah, fucking Hever showed me Numbers. By
Yeah,
Logic.
I showed it to him.
Oh, really? So you're the one that showed him, and he showed me.
Yeah,
And he shoots his video here.
yeah.
He's at the Bean.
Yeah, he's at the Bean.
Yeah, so it's like all these rappers are fucking great and just not exposed enough for people to hear them.
Yeah, because I mean, people have platforms. Eminem got
Yeah.
Dr. Dre, luckily.
Well, back then it was 10 times harder than it is today.
Oh, yeah.
Today you could go on fucking SoundCloud and if one hit,
One
you
hit
could be like
yeah,
Little
look at
Uzi Bird.
6ix9ine.
Yeah.
That fucking song Gummo. He got that fucking somebody got a hold of Gummo and became this big ass song, and now he that's how he started.
Yeah, anything he puts out gets views or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Logic, dude, there's songs about Logic that he's like, I wrote thousands of songs that you've never heard of before. And it's like all of that was underground. Like people have heard it, but not the masses.
Yeah.
So they'll hear like the suicide like call line or whatever.
Yeah.
The 1-800 number song.
Oh, and
Or
that was one of the greatest songs he's ever made.
Yeah. And it hit, but at that point he was already famous. Like
Yeah.
imagine he would have made that song.
That
when
was
he
like his hit
underground.
song.
Yeah,
Like
that's what
brought
put him
out.
at the top. Yeah.
That he would have been big.
Yeah. he
Way
would've-
bigger than he is now.
which is insane. And it's like all these songs and rappers that go unnoticed because they're like, there's not good enough. Now it's easier. Back then, like you said, Eminem needed Dr. Dre.
Yeah, because like without Dr. Dre, and like a lot of people were saying, oh, Eminem wouldn't have been nothing without Dr. Dre.
Mhm.
But then like what I was saying, I was like, what would Dr. Dre be without Eminem though? Because Dr.
Well,
Dre,
he also had 50 Cent.
Eminem brought out 50 Cent.
Yeah, but Dr. Dre was already in NWA.
Yeah, but like Eminem was, Dr. Dre was doubting 50 Cent. He's like, oh, I don't think he's good enough.
Oh, and Eminem was the one that brought him in.
Eminem's like, gave like hope. No, give him a chance, and then he came out with that song
Yeah.
in the club.
I think I wouldn't say one made the other because Dr. Dre had already been somebody. You know, he was the producer for NWA. So all those beats that came out of like Straight Outta Compton or Fuck the
some
Police,
crazy-ass songs.
that was his like beats and stuff like that. So to say Eminem wouldn't have been anything without Dr. Dre, probably true, just because he gave him that platform.
Yeah.
But he helped fucking Dr. Dre become the Dr. Dre he is
Yeah.
now. You know, like selling.
that's what they were saying. It's like a 50-50 thing because like
Yeah.
Eminem has his skill, Dr. Dre has that platform,
Yeah.
and but like because I've watched a bunch of interviews about Dr. Dre with the whole thing with Eminem. It's
They have it on HBO. It's called like something. It's like behind the music kind of documentary.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like Dr. Dre's career was like just sitting at like a normal pace. It was just there.
And then Eminem came.
Eminem came and just shot up like
Yeah.
super up.
Well, with him making Aftermath, that's what fucking changed the game.
Yeah, it was.
But I think Eminem would have became someone regardless.
Yeah, because his skill level was like
undoubtable.
It's out of this world. Like
Yeah.
you never, the shit he says in his song, some shit I would never think of.
The way he rapped, and it just, you went from like it being such. He's the white guy.
Yeah,
You know, he's
white.
the white dude that broke through.
He is the only probably white guy you think about in the rap game.
For real. Yeah. I mean, other than now, you can think of like NF or
Yeah,
what other good white rappers are there? I would say NF. Logic is mixed, and
Logic
he
is
considers
mixed.
himself like more black than white.
Yeah, I mean,
Drake is mixed.
mixed. He's what? I always thought Drake was like, I don't know, like Arabic. Is he?
Yeah, without his beard, he looks Arabic.
Yeah, he looks super.
You thought so? I mean, if you look at his dad, black, his mom's blonde haired white.
Oh,
So it's like, it's definitely mixed. Other than that,
see, like Eminem was 100% white.
yeah, like fucking Trailer Trash white.
Yeah.
You know, like he says it in his songs. But come on, give me the record. All right. So we're talking about white rappers, but this camera's fucking up and this room's getting really cold. So we're going to have to end it. It was longer than the last time.
Yeah.
And a lot more different topics too. We talked about rapping and stuff like that. So thank you for coming in. Thank you for doing it again. No,
Yeah.
a little bit of interruptions. Somebody had a call.
It's not an issue though, but I mean, it feels better to
get the whole podcast.
Yeah, talk about different things. Not just everybody wants to think, oh, this guy just literally games.
Yeah, I mean, it was a positive response to the gaming thing.
Yeah, because I mean,
yeah,
that's my biggest interest right now.
Yeah, so if I bring somebody
Streaming.
in, we're obviously going to talk about what they're interested in.
Yeah.
Not like to please the people, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that you started streaming again. I hope that you keep doing it. And the more you do it, the bigger it's going to get. So,
yeah, I mean, I hope so. It goes good. And I mean, like you said, it's kind of entertaining to watch a person play.
I mean, you're good enough to get to the top. I truly believe that.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that this next Battlefield, whenever it comes out, hopefully this year it just comes out, and that's gonna be like my grind game right there.
Yeah, get into it quick, and like brand new game, so more people are interested, and there's not a lot of videos on it. You could get a lot of the market there.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's see where it goes, man. But thank you for coming in, and thank you guys for listening. And where can they find you at?
On YouTube, beezaye TV.
All right. We'll catch you guys on the X.
It's beezaye on YouTube. Literally,
it's beezaye
space beezaye. Yeah.
All right. I'll put the link down below, and I'll put some of your gameplay on so they could see exactly what they're into.
You can watch some of my streams and whatever.
Yeah.
And then probably stream tonight.
All right. So tonight, well, this is gonna come out to like a couple.
But still come on. I'll probably stream that night too.
Yeah. Okay. So every night he's going to be streaming, guys. So if you want to catch him, it's beezaye TV on YouTube, or it's beezaye.
Yeah.
How do you spell it? BEEZAYE.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Well, if you guys don't want to spell it or can't remember it, there will be a link down below. And thank you guys for watching. And as always, don't forget to subscribe. Later.
Peace.
Oh, that's not.